Hello, SimTheWorld here. We are back with our Car Mechanic Simulator 2018 series. We are doing full restorations. Today, I know I did talk about doing DLC cars separately in a different series. We have the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL. The reason I picked this car up out of the junkyard, you can definitely see it looks like it's had better days. Body condition is 2%. Yeah, everything's below like 20% except for the interior, of course. Which the interior just needs to get wiped down. For a DLC car, it does look pretty intricate. But the reason I wanted to do this in the full restoration series is I feel like we've done a lot of American cars, a lot of V8s, varying ages, varying decades that they came out of. But this is really a first European car we've taken a look at, and I really like working on the different engine types. We have the inline 6 here, of course. It's a specific to the DLC. It's the M186. I say that like I know what that means. I certainly don't have any experience with European cars outside of the game. But this should be fun to play around with. I want to get this up on a lifter, and we'll start tearing this down. Over to lifter A. We get that up. Let's get the engine crane. I want to pull out what's there. That way we can kind of strip this down in one go and then put this together like we typically do. Let's rip out all the body parts. Don't need anything there. Everything's out of the interior. There's really not much left on the body, is there? Yeah, I think that is really it. I don't think I'm missing anything. Alright, so with that off, let me start tearing off everything from underneath. That's probably the best way to do it. And I'll come back to you guys when that's taken care of. Alright, so I pulled everything out but the engine here. There's a few things left on the engine. I suppose we can pop some of these off. Not really going to hurt anything. But of course we're going to try to get this taken care of off the vehicle. And now I'm thinking about it. Get the couple of these off. It doesn't hurt. Oh. Get the timing chain off here. All of this does have to come apart, so I don't have to worry too much. There we go. That's it. We'll pull the engine off and do this on the stand. No reason to hunch over the hood of the car and take care of that. Especially when we can do it here. And of course, we've got a few parts to take care of. Get everything ripped off, everything taken care of all the way. I want to take a look at what kind of pistons we have, too. I don't think they're anything specific. Nope. So we can use the general... We'll use the tuning parts, the performance, of course. It's just the regular old piston. They don't have too many different kinds, which is kind of surprising. You would think for a... Especially for a DLC car, you'd want a piston that's pretty specific to the engine itself, but maybe that will be in a future title. Alright, this takes care of it all. Everything is torn completely apart. This car should be at 1% on the parts and the body parts specifically. The frame and interior we just need to wipe down, take care of. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little montage. We'll speed run through the assembly of the suspension. Feel like we haven't done that too much. And from there, what we'll do is we'll take it over to the other lifter and get the interior cleaned out, get the frame redone. Actually, let's just take it over to the frame there now and do all that before I go through and put the new parts on. That would make so much more sense. Why would you install new parts on a rusty frame? Duh. There we go. Love this where it turns into a brand new vehicle for $1,000. God, I wish it was that simple in real life to turn a rust bucket sitting in a junkyard into a perfect looking vehicle. I love the cream and red color. I don't know what we're going to do with the paint job. That's really going to be a tough sell to do anything that's going to match that red other than a cream or a yellow. Wish you guys could tell me what to do. That'd make a lot more sense. But enough talking, let's get back to work. Alright, so I do believe we've gotten, actually, there's a couple exhaust pipes there, but we'll take care of that when we put the engine back in. That way there's nothing getting in the way when we try to put that in there. We need the engine stand over here too. Not that we've gotten to assembling the engine quite yet. That's what we're going to take care of now. We jump in here. So as with most assemblies, we're going to take it step by step. We're going to put tuning parts in where we are able to. Like we need the crankshaft. I don't believe we have tuning crankshafts. Let me go ahead and pick one up. I believe it's just the i6. Should have took a look at it first. Let's see the crankshaft, i6. Beautiful. And we'll get a pulley while we're here. Let's check the tuning parts. Sometimes, yeah, we don't have any there. I try to get most of this taken care of beforehand, but of course, sometimes you just have to wing it. You have to run to the store, grab a few things. We do have the tuning transmission components ready to go. We do need to put all the pistons in. I think it'll be easier from this side. There we go. Sometimes I plan ahead. Are there 2 coils on this? That's strange. I would not have expected that. And this is where I can find out what other parts. We'll take a few cuts here to run to the store, pick up things I missed. We've got the ignition coil, that will have to get picked up. The head we do have, I don't think I have any spark plugs on me. Just the one. But let's get this assembled down here, and I'll run to the store then. With the oil pan on, we can get that oil filter. Let's jump over here. I did pick us up an exhaust manifold. No, I didn't. i6M. Do they not have this in the tuning parts? They do not. Oh, that is disappointing. That is really disappointing. So, again, I hate to see exhaust systems where all but like one component is chromed out. we definitely bought a fuel filter. I don't know why they didn't go through. The store is playing tricks on me, of course. The fuel filter will match the interior of the car, though. That is kind of nice. Let's continue through here. Gotta get the spark plugs put in. Got plenty of those now. Get the rocker arms in and make our way down. It's still kind of strange to me why we don't have tuning parts for every sort of vehicle. It's been quite a long time that some of these DLCs have been out. It seems weird to me that they wouldn't have everything already set up. Especially with, yeah, we have fuel injector. I'll have to go pick that up. We get enough here to take care of for a little bit and keep going. Or I gotta run over to the store. Or I guess they just deliver it. There's really no running. Got the cover. Okay, so there's a cover. We don't have to see the chrome quite yet. We don't have an intake manifold. Get the timing chain put back on. Got a couple of those. Oh, we need some sprockets, that's for sure. We get those from the store. We'll get these crankshaft bearings put back on. I think we got plenty of these. Be able to do a whole nother car. About way too many. That was a quick shop. We got the parts already back here. They constantly drive over here to get us stuff. So glad there isn't a delivery fee or there's not a delay. That would be cool to see some sort of time aspect in a future title. Something where you put an order in for parts and it takes a little bit. You got to plan ahead. There's a cost to having them delivered. Things that are a little bit more realistic. Also, don't let me forget those clips. I keep forgetting to pick those up from the store. And let's get this intake manifold on. That might be it. Seeing anything else on the... Oh, yeah. Of course there's more. We don't have any of the accessory belts on. That'd be an issue. Get the throttle on. Again, there is no tuning DLC part for the throttle. I'm going to get the rest of the parts and I'll meet you guys over at the car to get this all put back together and installed. Alright, it's time to make one last big push at this car and get this completely taken care of. We got the engine installed. You can see I put the radiator fan on. That should be good to go. Get some oil in this guy. Or gal. Not too sure the gender of this vehicle quite yet. Alright, that's enough oil. We don't want to overfill it. It is interesting to have the engine at a tilt like that. Go ahead and get some of these components put in. Make sure everything's taken care of. Of course, I forgot the brake servo. Things like that happen. The oil filter, the good news is there is a tuning part for that. I believe that's the only clip there. I think I still need to get the clips over here. You guys were helpful and reminded me I didn't forget those this time. Let me go ahead and get that brake servo so we have it. We have it on and we don't have to worry about it again. There we go. Perfect. Let's get this up in the air. We got to get the transmission in. Finishing up. Getting close here. Actually, I wonder where the starter is, if we'll have to get that from the front. Or from the engine bay. Yeah, we got to get that from the engine bay. I don't think I have one on hand. I don't recall buying one. And if you guys have watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I do try to clear my inventory before I do an episode. I find that if I have parts in my inventory or in the warehouse, the performance of the gameplay and, of course, then the smoothness of the video is just a lot poorer. There's a lot more dropped frames when there's inventory. I think that's just... I don't know why there'd be a performance hit for items that aren't spawned into the game, but of course there is. So we do have global parts condition at 100%. That's funny, the interior is at 100%, but we don't have the interior parts in quite yet. I think that's kind of jumping the gun. Get the steering wheel in. Let's get the body parts on the car. And we'll call this one a build. Of course, after we paint it. Alright, folks. I did tweak the color just a little bit. Gave it a little more of the cream, a little more of the deeper yellow in there. But tried to keep it from going too yellow, of course. If you'll notice, I did try to paint the rims white. I think that came through. It's hard to tell. When you paint a rim, the default color is the white unless it's a chrome paint. Then it comes chrome. It is a little strange why it's like that, but I won't dig it too much. The cream works so well with the red interior. I love that it looks so intricate here. Let's close this door. Maybe they won't let us close it. Nope, no closing this door. I can only sit in here and look. Boy, maybe there's a mistake why we don't have any of these European cars in the States like this. This does look phenomenal. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Yeah, I'm not going to take it for a drive. This is just something to look at. Pop the other door here. If you guys have any suggestions for future episodes of the car restoration series, please let me know down in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks for watching as I simulate my life one game at a time. If you enjoy this video, please be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the future action. You can follow on Twitter for updates of future games being played, as well as follow on Twitch as I try to stream 3 days a week. Thanks, and I'll see you next time at SimTheWorld.